All right. Hi, everyone. Ooh, you know what would be great? If I plugged in the computer. That would be smart. I don't want to fuck with this microphone. Okay. I hope y'all can hear me. Hey, Annalisa Presta. Yes. Hey, Holly. I'm going to put this playlist in the chats if you're in the chats with me. And if you're just sitting in the Patreon live stream post, there is a way that you can go just directly onto YouTube if you want to live chat with us. Pretty sure if you just scroll over it, there's a way to it'll show open in YouTube just in case. Hi, Stephanie, and thank you. Yes, it is wedding week. Even though this is a small wedding, man, does it get really stressful and weird. I'm like, how does this happen? What the fuck? Why am I crying about chairs? Hi, Emma. Good morning. Yeah, why am I crying about chairs? We are hella cancer season right now, so that would make a lot of sense. There's a lot of water out there going on. And even though I'm a double Aries with a watery moon, sometimes that extra bit of water just gets me in a certain mind state. Yeah. Because I'm a perfectionist and a people pleaser, which is like a good thing and a not so great thing at times. And really, we're doing this wedding. We want to, share our love with the whole world, but also we want to do something great for our families. We haven't been able to see our families in a while because of all the COVID stuff. So there's this part of me that just wants to make it special, Hi, everyone. Welcome. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. I went to bed last night thinking, I kind of want to kick my own ass a little bit today. Just a little bit. Just to get my mind right, because now we're heading into got to go get the haircut situation today. We need to look at all this growth. My goodness. Hi, Beatrice. I love seeing your name. It really makes me grin from ear to ear. And I really love that I get to be, not only a creator on Patreon, but also I get to support other people on Patreon. And Beatrice is one of the people I support. She's an amazing artist, an amazing photographer, an amazing model. And it's really cool to just have this exchange of support for other people. So thank you all for being here. Hi, Miss Shayla. Yay! Okay, so now that it's 12:30, let's talk about what we're going to do today. If you're going to join us, if you're just hopping on to say hello or just get a little bit of work in your body, all good with me. But we're going to spend this morning working on side bending, side winding. Some of our movements today are going to be very dance-like. They're going to be very intentional. We're going to have a lot of activity happening throughout your spinal and hip complex. I recommend having a couple blocks just in case you need them, and an open mind, as always. I tagged a playlist both in this chat and in the post itself if you would like to share along. It's really, I very intentionally choose my music when I'm doing these classes and doing my movement. It's a part of the way I'm expressing and speaking. So if you would like to join us on that playlist, feel free to. Or if you have your own music you want to vibe on today, all good with me. I'm going to attach my mic to my breastises. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Beatrice. Hey, Rochelle, what's up? So let's get you situated. Make sure you've got water. That's always like important. Make sure you went pee. Don't forget to pee. This is always me running into online classes and the teacher's already teaching and I'm like, oh, I'm going to pee. It's just what I do. I'm really good at avoiding shit. All right, let me bump this up. Not that far up. Let me make sure I also got it. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, I'll focus it a little bit more. Ooh, I feel like that looks good. Excellent. Also, this like fluid head tripod is giving me life. Like, oh my God. I can move you all around without it being all herky-jerky. All right, guys. Let's get started seated in Baddha Konasana. And I want you to face the left side of your mat or towards camera, whatever that is, because everybody sets up their shit a little bit differently. But ideally, you've got your camera maybe like in front of you here or off to the corner there. And I'm going to start this playlist from the top. Okay, so soles of the feet together. Again, oh, I put my blocks all the way over there like a dingus. If you ever feel a little bit too tight, you can always sit on a block. Yeah, that's like a really wonderful technique. Help yourself. Hi, Ashley. Welcome. Welcome in. And I want us to just ground down for a second. Whew, especially my crazy ass. Just take a quick inventory of your body in space. Because there's a way to tap into ourselves internally. And then there's another sensory layer when we start to feel how we are when we move through space. And to me, this is one of the magical things about this practice. So imagine like you're opening up your capillaries. This is what my dance teacher always taught me. Feeling, sensing this intuitive nature. One more breath here. And with your exhale, fold forward just a little bit. Maybe you bring your forearms down to the ground. Maybe it's just your hands, but then I want you to contract your back. Spread out between your shoulder blades. And then as much lengthening as your body is feeling okay with doing, think about tractioning your spine. Especially if it's the morning, your spine is already a little bit spaced out. right? We went over this last week. Round your spine again. That wherever you are, my babes, all the way in Europe or all the way on the west coast of the States, we're all experiencing our spines at different times of day and with different levels of compression and decompression. Good. Now from this contracted spine, roll yourself all the way back up tall to your seat. Take your legs almost into this like spidery position. Reach for your ankles. And again, create a little bit of length into your spine. Really think about poking that thing out behind you. Breath in. And with your exhale, melt your way down. Again, let the spine round. No rules here. Take yourself all the way back up. And I want you to flex your feet and spread those legs out nice and wide into your straddle position. Now I want you to bend one knee at a time, kind of lean off to one side and the other. Vibing a little bit into that side body because again, we're working into lateral flexion today. Hooray. Now the next time you lean over towards your right-hand side, let's stay there. And I want you to reach your left arm straight up to the sky. Good. Right forearm can be on the ground or you can be popped up. Try to keep that left ass cheek down, okay? Good. Now I want you to bend into your elbow and then extend this left arm up above your head as much as you can over towards that right foot. Ooh, hello. Now bring everything all the way back up. Track your torso over this right leg and stretch over the hamstring. Point through your toes, flex through your feet, and melt a little bit further. Give me a breath in and a breath out. Yeah. Let's bring ourselves all the way up. Wow. Thunderstorm just rolled right the fuck in. Pretty epic. Okay. Side body bend up and over towards your left. So forearm, hand can come down. And I want you to reach your right arm straight up to the sky. That's one thing I love about living in the South is the weather will be so bipolar. I'm actually completely obsessed. It's like sun and then torrential rain. Okay, listen, let's bend into this right arm. Ooh, and then try to work for your maximum side body stretch there. Still thinking about keeping that right butt cheek down on the ground as best you can. I know it's brutal. One more inhale. Ooh, use that exhale. Use those obliques to bring you right back up. Now let's square the chest over your left leg. Wherever you are, hang out there for a second. Give yourself a little point. Ooh, give it a little bit of a flex. And then see if you can melt a little bit further over that left leg. I know, starting in a straddle on a Monday. Geez, Louise pepper cheese. What am I thinking? All right, come on up, my babies. Give yourself one work down the center. And then let's bring it all the way back up. Scoop right underneath your knees. Bring these little leggies in. And I want you to walk yourself to face the front of your mat. Good. Hands are going to be on the ground behind your butt cheeks. Fingertips are going to face forwards. Okie dokie. We're going into reverse tabletop, stretching out our biceps, stretching out the fronts of our shoulders. Ah. Now, sometimes when I'm here, I like to rock a little bit side to side. Really excellent because we're creating a lot of flexion into our wrists. We're activating our butt cheeks and our hamstrings. Thank goodness for that. Now let's bring that butt all the way down to the ground. Reach your arms forward, but create a contraction into the spine and then roll yourself down. Spirit fingers are totally optional. And right before you lay your head down, I actually want you to elevate right here. Get a contraction into those low abs. Palms are going to flip up towards the sky. Fortify your butt cheeks and feet into the ground and lean to the right, left, right, left. Good. Side to side. Let's go. Obliques. every time I do this, I think about what penguins look like when they walk, and I try to make that happen in my body. So do a little penguin walk with me. Right, left, right, left. Wow. 8, 7, 6, I know, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring everything down to the ground. Arms reach up above your head. Palms face up to the sky, and rock your knees side to side. Little windshield wipers. Now, every time I do these windshield wipers, I really think about pushing my pelvis forward. That's going to give you a lot of space into the front of those hip flexors, my loves. Maybe a little bit into the iliopsoas if you want to get deep. Now, let's aim the knees right square center. Bend into your elbows, support the back of your head, and we're going to work into some traditional sit-ups. So I want you to press your low spine into the ground, create some contraction, and then engage your pelvic floor. Flex your PP muscles, and then elevate the shoulder tips off of the ground. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, push. I'm not looking for you to go all the way up. Don't you even trip my little chocolate chip. I think doing core work is one of my favorite / least favorite ways to wake up in the morning. But especially because we're going to be working from our centers all throughout this class, it's really integral to move from this space. And especially when we're thinking about the spine and dynamic stability, right? Because we can work on core strength and stability all day, but really what prevents injury is when we're working on fortifying the core when the body is in movement. Yeah, makes a lot of sense, huh? You got 5. I'm just yapping to distract you. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax the head down, bring your arms by your side. Squeeze the shoulder blades underneath you. Maybe you grab onto the edges of your mat. And let's take your legs into reverse tabletop and see about lengthening them straight up towards the sky. Now, same thing. Think about pressing the low spine into the earth. And then I want you to lower those legs just about to a 45-degree angle or something kind of deceptively around there. Yeah? Now bend to the right knee, pull it in, and switch, 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 switch. That's it. Ha. Just these little slow bicycles. Right, left, right, left. Now, as you're doing this, put that shit on autopilot. And I want you to notice when the low spine tries to lift up off the ground. Try to knit the low ribs in as well. Even if you've never worn a corset in your life, I'm sure you know what they look like. So imagine that corset lacing tight around your midsection. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs straight back up to the sky. And we're going to do our last ab exercise. It's called Around the World, and I'm sorry in advance, okay? Legs are going to go over towards the right, sweep down towards the earth, over to the left, and straight back up to the sky. We're going to do 3 in each direction. Now, your circle can be as big or as little as you want. Oh, it's so hard to talk during this. Other direction. 2. Oh my God, do you guys hear that? Bend into your knees. Fingertips in the backs of your knees. Let's rock and roll up and down. Oh, it sounds so cool. Feels like the house is going to explode. All right. And once you bring yourself all the way up to a seat, again, soles of the feet together, knees wide. This is our last bit of ground exercises we're going to do. Fingertips are going to reach in front of you. Collect the palms. Work into a steeple grip. So interlace all your fingers except for your index, okay? I want you to lean it forward and work a circle, contracting into the tummy. We're working through your Kundalini energy again. Lean forwards to the left and around. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Reverse this in the other direction. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Take left hand behind you. Internally rotate your right leg. Push into your hips. Elevate everything up and back. Right arm reaches. And take the hips back down. Now, we rarely take it into this shape, but let's try it. Right hand plants behind you. Again, lift your hips. Oof. Nice. Take it all the way back to center. Same thing, other side. Internal rotation, left leg. Right hand is there for you. Push and lift up your hips. Get space into the front body. And hips come back down. Left hand plants behind you. Elevate. This is a weird one. And all the way back to center. Roll through tabletop and into downward facing dog. Planting through the hands, stepping back, lifting up your hips. Now, please pedal out your knees, get some space, and shake out the head a little yes and a little no. Yeah. Ooh, I just saw some more lightning. Here it comes, y'all. All right, let's roll. High plank to down dog. Inhale, lift the heels, contract in, roll forwards. Exhale, take it back into downward facing dog. So good. 4 more, just like that. Good. Finish off your last one. And then meet me all the way back into downward facing dog. Now lift up the heels nice and high. Bend your knees, look forward. Travel to the top of your mat, whether that's hopping or stepping, feet hip width distance apart. Now let's roll you all the way up to standing. And ground down into the feet, walking them together, big toes touching. Now we're gonna go into those big side body spaces, okay? So let's set up from the foundation. Tailbone long, low belly in, please. Hands come to heart center. Again, that same steeple grip we did earlier when we were doing our little windy things. Lengthen all the way up to the sky. And lean to your left-hand side. So in a lot of your Bikram practices or your hot yoga practices, this is what they're going to be calling your half moon shape. Up and over towards your left-hand side, square the left armpit forwards, bump the hips to the right. Breath in. Exhale, take it through center. Same thing, other side. Up and over to the right. Again, stabilize into the core. Squeeze the inner thighs, squeeze your butt. Squeeze the palms together. Hands are going to be feeling amazing after this. So my drawers, my painters, this is what you need. One more breath in. Exhale, take it back to center. Now inhale, look up at your palms. Exhale, forward fold, take it all the way down. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Fold to plant, step back, high plank. And you can work high to mid plank, knees touching the ground if you need. Upward facing dog, lift your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog, take it all the way up and back. Reset, breath in. And breath out. We'll add on as we go on. Travel to the top of your mat. Halfway lift is where you always meet yourself. Exhale, fold. Rise up to standing straight away. Create that steeple grip. Get long. And dive over to the left-hand side. Good. Back to center. Dive to the right. Back to center. Look up at your palms. Maybe you get a little back bend. And then forward fold, take it down. Good. Halfway lift, listen for this addition. Crouch and curl, fingertips to the earth, lift your heels, bend your knees to 90 degrees. Tuck your chin towards your chest and try to lift your belly button off of your thighs. I know if you've got boobs, if you've got some tummy, it's hard to do, but think about the musculature pulling in even if you have some mass. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturangas, take it through. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, reset. Breath in. Breath out. Lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Travel to the top. Half lift and fold. Rise all the way up to standing. Create steeple grip. Side body over to the left. Nice. Back to center, side body to the right. Back to center, maybe you back bend. And forward fold. Halfway lift. And again, crouch and curl, fingertips to the mat. Lift the heels, bend the knees, round the spine. Now a little addition if you're interested in it. Open up through your knees, attach them onto your triceps, and you can work through crow. I was going to say maybe crow to handstand, but I don't know if I can do it yet this morning. Now, if you're still working through that crow, think about contracting the upper body, folks, for 3, for 2, and 1. Jump backs or step backs. If you're working your jump back, try to land quiet in your mid-plank, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog, lift the hips up and back. Now take a 5 round breath here with forearms to the ground as an option. If you're working this dolphin pose, really think about your 11 shape arms, please. Sit bones to sky. Breathe. Yes. Last 2 breaths. Good. Now, if your forearms are down onto the ground, bring them back up so you're in your down dog. Lift up your heels, bend your knees, look to the top of your mat, and travel there. Halfway lift, inhale. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Again, rise all the way up to standing. And with your exhale, we're going to go into a flying chair. Hips go back, arms go back. Good. Now, I want you to try to turn your right palm away from you, left palm away from you. Feel the difference across your chest. Good. Reach the left palm forward and switch. Ooh, it's hard to keep that external rotation, huh? Ooh. You've got 5. Keep moving through those arms. Come on. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Both arms reach forward, hold. Sit a little bit deeper. Take a big breath in. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Again, halfway lift. Crouch and curl, lift the heels, bend the knees round. If you did it on the other side and then you want to do it one more time, crow position. Hands to the ground, knees come onto your triceps, lean forward. If you want to work into the handstand transition, feel the hips lift. Tuck everything in, press. I'm not ready for it, folks. All right, again, hop backs, jump backs, whatever you want to do. We'll meet back in down dog. Right leg lifts. Open up your hip, bend into your knee. Right away, square the hip, lengthen your leg. Pull knee to nose, step through low lunge. Lower your left knee. Grab your blocks if you need them. And I want you to stack right underneath your shoulders. Back toe can be tucked, back toe can be flat on the ground. Try to square your left hip forwards, pull your right heel back. Good, and then let's pull back and go into your hamstrings. Now, remember earlier we were going back and forth between your contracted and your lengthened spine? Again, think about that lengthened spine here. Rebend into your front knee. We're going to do this a couple more times because I love working through the spine in this way because it's so wonderful and countering to modern life in chairs and stuff. But the next time you lengthen your right leg, I want you to stay there. And we'll walk our hands and or hands on blocks over to the right-hand side. And I want you to really stretch those arms out. Try to actively pull the left hip behind you. That's what's going to create the side body space. And let's take it all the way back to center and rebend into your front knee. Good. Now let's sweep both arms up to the sky. And I want you to pull away from the ground, especially if you're flexible, and scoot the right leg back a little bit. Right arm is going to come to the inside of this right thigh, and I want you to apply pressure into the thigh and thigh pressure into the arm. Now, big, long tuck of that tailbone. Reach your left arm up and over. You should feel this in the quad, in the psoas, and all of those good spaces. Now let's take it all the way back to center. Again, give yourself some depth into that front leg. Hold the blocks if you need. And I want you to spin on this left leg. Kickstanding it behind you, we work into gate position. Block can come with you if you want to. Right leg nice and long, toes turn up, left arm reaches up to the sky. Now, of course, if you have more side body space, make it happen. Lean over towards that right-hand side, but do engage into that right glute for me, okay? One more breath in. One more breath out. Now rebend into the front knee. It's a little awkward, but get adjusted. And we'll get this right foot right underneath your chest. Walk it forward, standing split. Now, standing splits are always tough for me first thing in the AM. If ye be flexible, I want you to avoid the big open hip position. Try to square yourself down as much as you can. Use that glute. One more breath in. And with your exhale, release this left foot down. Halfway lift. And move through. High to mid plank. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice work. Let's do the other side. Left leg lifts, hip opens. Now right away, square the hip, lengthen your leg. Pull your knee towards your nose. Big step through, low lunge. Oof. Emma Jackson, you're getting a class and ASMR of the South all in one class. You lucky duck. All right, now toe tuck or untuck, whatever you like. We're getting space into this hip flexor on the other side. And then we'll lengthen through the left leg. Again, reminder to try to avoid the C spine. Create as much length as you can, even if that means you bend this left leg a little bit. All right, inhale, rebend. Exhale, pull it back. Inhale, rebend. Exhale, pull back. One more just like that. And the next time it's long, let's keep it here and we'll walk yourself and or you and your blocks over to the left-hand side. Now, I like to really take them away from me and pull my right hip back. So you're very actively trying to create C shape in the side body. All right, let's walk it back to center. Rebend into your front knee. Reach your arms up and overhead. Now, pull yourself back, think hips over knees. Slide this left foot also in, and let's take this left arm to the inside of your left thigh. Push arm into thigh, thigh into arm. You know the drill, you've already done it. Long tailbone underneath. If you miss the tuck, you're missing the point. Up and over towards your left-hand side. Say good morning, iliopsoas. What's up, you rigid little bitch? Oh, this is why I put on my YouTube channel, these classes are not for kids. Oh, all right. Let's bring you all the way back up. And again, we're gonna get a little bit deeper into that space. Adjust into this right leg. Take the block with you. We're into our gate position. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. I never do this in the most graceful way. So if you're feeling a little clunky, don't trip. We're all there with you. Take more side body bend if you need it. Squeeze the left butt cheek. Nice. Now let's take it back home. Rebend into your front knee. Adjust, 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 adjust. Standing split, other side. Right leg lifts up. Now again, really work those square hips. It's really going to help for next week when we go back bends and folds. Negotiate within that hip socket. I know, it's annoying. One more breath in. And with your exhale, release that right foot down. Half rig lift, lengthen. Again, chaturanga is your way. Upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Another 5 breath reset. Forearms can come down onto the ground again. If you want to add on here and you're on your forearms, dolphin push-ups. Lean forward, push it back. Think nose towards thumbs and push back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Elbows lift up. And both heels lift, bend into your knees, travel to the top of your space. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. All the way up to standing, rise. Flying chair, bend into your knees, sweep the arms back behind you. Good. Inhale, both arms forward, different from what we did the first time. Exhale, sweep them back. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. Yeah. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forward fold. Take it down. Half lift. And with your exhale, your way of getting back to downward facing dog. That can look a lot of ways. Hop backs, jump backs, step backs, crow. Crow into headstand. This one a little scary. I like to widen out, forehead down. Ooh. Crown of the head, and then bring it in. Extend. We meet in down dog. And then we'll lift up our right leg. Big inhale, breath. Exhale, open. If you need more depth, left forearm comes down. Good, my loves. Now let's square off. And I want you to bring right knee to left tricep. Pull it underneath you. Spin to inside edge of left foot. Extend out your right leg. Open up through that entire side body. Left arm reaches up and above your head. Yes. Return everything back down. Right leg lifts. Knee to nose, step through low lunge. Lower your left knee, arms up above your head. And with your exhale, floating half split, lengthen through the right leg, pull back. Sweep the arms behind you. Good. Inhale, rebend, adjust your back leg. Into that gate position you go, lengthening through the right leg. Nice. Now let's rebend into it, square everything off, standing split. Left leg lifts. Now, while you're here in your standing splits, a multitude of things can happen. Perhaps you feel like working some little relief and then lift. If you're feeling handstandy, you can work on your handstand kick-ups. If you're working kick-ups, keep this top leg still, bend the bottom leg, and kick. Kick. If you're working presses, lift the heel, lean into the hand. Good. Wherever you are, we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and step that left foot back behind you. We're going to open up into a wide second position, pivot the left heel, open everything up, heels in, toes out. Bend into your knees, take it down. Rock a little bit side to side. Ooh, I'm feeling super high from all those upside downies. Good. Now let's twist. Left shoulder down, look to the right. Good. Switch. Right shoulder down, look left. Ooh. Take it all the way back to center. Lift yourself all the way up. Good. Open up your arms into a T shape. Listen, listen, listen. We're going to pivot off your left foot, and I want you to take yourself forward into a lunge. Now, continue this rotation. See this back leg? See this long tailbone? Follow that. Right arm behind you, left hand on your chest. Now listen. Right arm down and around. Open up those shoulders. Now move the shoulder into the opposite direction. Left hand, again, is just resting onto your shoulder. Now take this right arm to the inside of your right thigh. Give it a little push, a little tension. Left arm reaches up, side body stretch. Nice. All the way back to center, open up into your 2. Good, let's go back down again. And I want you to move the hips a little side to side. This time without the help of your hands, yeah? This rain and lightning just has me feeling some kind of way. 5, 4, 3, 2, bring it all the way up. Same thing, pivot off this back leg. Reach everything around. Big tuck, big bend. Right hand onto heart, left arm reaches back. Good, let's do that circle. Take that arm circle, opposite direction. Place the forearm into the inside of the thigh. Right arm reaches up. Side body bend, up and over to your left. Nice. Take it all the way back open to center. Back down into that deep little bend. Take it. Now I want you to go really deep. Placing your little tops of your knuckles onto the ground. Rock a little bit side to side. It's almost like you're in this wide ape-like malasana. Yeah. We didn't know we'd be opening up our hips like this today, but that's what happens. One more breath in. With your exhale, lift that ass, turn the toes to parallel, reach for the ankles and fold. Let's pivot back to the front. High to mid plank, get out of there. Upward facing. And with your exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. And we work the other side. Left leg lifts. Open the hip. If you did it on the other side, right forearm comes down. Good. Forearm comes up, square off. Left knee, right tricep. Kick it out to the side. Work to inside edge of right foot. Elevate through the hips, side body stretch. And take it down, left leg up to sky. Inhale, breath. Knee to nose, big step through low lunge. Grounded crescent. Arms work up. Now I've got this big back bend here, okay? It's up to you how deep you need to go. One inhale. Exhale, sweep back. Floating half split. A lot of control there. I know it can get a little hairy in here. Woo! Rebend into the front knee. Get set up. Gate pose. Pivot the right leg. Kickstand it. Now rebend into your front knee. Adjust yourself nice and square. Standing split, right leg lifts. Now again, the buffet is open, okay? You can tap, lift, tap, lift. You can play with your handstand hops. Top leg stays straight. You bend, plie left, and lift. To press. Bottom heel lifts, lean. Pick it up. Press through the arms. Try to stack. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left foot plants on the ground if it's lifted, right foot steps back. Open up again into that 2 shape. Give yourself, again, that big bend. Just opening up one time and all the way up to standing. Pivot off the left foot. Take yourself over the right leg. Get that nice juicy twist. We're going to go side to side now. Good. Now the stability comes from your core. Good. Last time to the right. Last time to the left. And into center. Arms open nice and wide. You go down, up, down, up, down, up. Focus, my loves. It's a lot for the glutes, a lot for the hips. 8, 7, 6, 5. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Up to standing. Pivot the feet to parallel. Hinge from your hips and melt it all the way down. Now bend your knees one at a time, right to left. And the next time your left leg is bent, try to bring your right hand onto the ankle. Good. Lengthen through the left leg. Start to open up your chest. Maybe your left hand starts to walk behind you any amount. It's more the lats, y'all. Good. Rebend into the left knee. Undo that rotation, and we'll do the same thing to the other side. So left hand finds your right ankle. Lengthen through the right leg. Good. I'm going to put my right hand kind of in front of my face. And then I'm going to walk it like a creepy little spider further and further away from me. Last 3. Last 2. Nice work. Take it all the way back to center. Final moments in this wide-legged fold. You can just take it in the fold. If you have something more complicated you'd like to try, the avenues are open. That can look like headstand, tripod style. Yeah. 1,000,001 things you can do it. Arms through, arms out. Those are very hard variations. If you're working through press handstands, you can press handstand here too. I like to get a little bit closer. Hands under shoulders, same thing. Lean, lift. If you're in your handstand, you want something even more advanced. Side to side taps. Ooh. I got an uneven amount of those in, but that's okay. All right, folks, let's take it over your left leg. Support yourself. Get out of there. High to mid plank. Upward facing. And then down dog into child's pose. Knees nice and wide. Sit hips back towards your heels. And I want you to breathe into this back body, okay? Give yourself the support you need. Three more rounds. All right, my cutie pies, take yourself forward to tabletop. Right arm reaches up to the sky. And thread your needle. Right arm underneath the left, drop the shoulder down, drop the ear down. So I really like thread the needle for 1,000,001 reasons. It's a nice place to hang out. It's a nice place to be. It's a nice play to make things a little bit weird if you need to also, okay? Toes can tuck. Knees can lift. Yeah. It's a lot more compressive, a lot more challenging in that sphere. Nice. All right, let's take you all the way back up. You can give it another opening. And then back down, same thing other side. Left arm reaches up. And thread it, left underneath the right. Now again, I've been harping on it all class. We're moving from a dynamic and stable space. So if you want, the hips can lift, knees up off the ground, but the core is stabilizing, muscles around the spine are stabilizing. Last two. Nice work. Last one, knees down. Take yourself back up to a twist. And back into tabletop position. Work a couple cat-cows because we're going to play with our final concepts with the legs and the spine. Okay. So we're going to go through compass position, and then we're going to bring it into an adaptation into a side plank. So sit off to one side, get comfortable. I feel like people think about compass pose as just this huge hip opener, which it is, but also your compass requires so much openness in the side body that I feel like it's forgotten a little bit. So my left leg is bent in front of me, and we're going to turn this right leg into a purse. So I want you to put it right into the crook of your right arm here. And you can get a little bit of movement here, a little bit of wiggling. If you're feeling more open and you're like, Tracy, cool, I like it, but I want to go further, try to make a leg backpack. So get that sucker up there. And same thing, bit of movement. Now, your left hand is going to cap right on top of your right foot. I like to grab the outer edge. Right hand is going to come down onto the ground. Now you already know, we're going to extend through this right leg. Everybody's extension is going to look different. You may be right here and be like, holy shit, I'm going to die. Maybe you're working all the way through. So again, hip open, side body bender. I like to really twist and rotate away from the leg. Good. Let's take it all the way back home. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Right leg out of there. Left leg, make it a purse. Place it in the crook of your left arm. Maybe you make it a backpack. I think of it as like those cute little clear stripper backpacks. Like that's the kind of backpack I'm wearing right now, okay? It's full of cash money. A little bit of movement, a little bit of movement. Now, right hand is gonna cap on top of that left foot, reaching for the outer edge, okay? Left hand comes down. Now, this is still a compass, okay? I don't want you to trip and be like, this isn't it. Like, this is it. This is crazy shit, okay? Lengthen through the leg any amount. And again, I like to really point through that foot, lean and open. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Get that leg out of there. And get your shoulders aligned. Wowee. Okay, final little expression here, kiddos, and then we're out of here. And by out of here, I mean taking adult nap times on the ground. Okay, so we're going to go into tabletop position. Again, any relief your little shoulders need. And then I want you to rock the hips over to your right-hand side and glue the feet onto the ground here. I like to adjust my right foot into the center and my right hand into the center. I know it's a little bit of a weird setup. Cap on top of this left shin bone, and I want you to lengthen, lift, and push. Look down at the ground if you're having a hard time stabilizing. 3, 2, and take it back. Ooh. I learned that from my crazy Ashtanga teacher, Yancy. He's insane. All right, let's do the other side. Swoop, swoop, swoop. Left hand stabilizes, left foot stabilizes. Cap on top of that right shin bone. Push, lift. Sometimes it's hard to get the straight leg, but when you find it, that shit is unicorn magical shit. Ah! And if you fall back, it's okay. Last 3. Last 2. And take it all the way back down. Oh. Hips to the ground, face your new front. Ladies and gentlemen. And then let's take it all the way down to the ground. Good. Circle out your knees. Feels so good now. Ooh. And then let's cross right leg over left. Grab for opposing shin bones, pull down. If this Gomukhasana variation ain't it for you, figure 4 is awesome. Good. If you've got a lot of mobility, you can even grab right underneath the feet for the outer edges of the feet. Oh. And we're creating long spines. I know I went on and on earlier about pressing spine into ground, but try to create that slight lumbar lift. And we switch left over right, crisscross applesauce. You can grab under the feet. And again, if none of this worked, figure 4 on your back. Oh. Last 2 breaths. And let's release. Legs go straight up to the sky. Flex into your feet, bend into your knees, happy baby. I like to get the inside edges of my legs because it frees me up to straddle out. So whatever you feel like doing, there's open time, there's open space here. Good, let's take your legs back up to the sky. And you can stay right here, legs up the wall, or shoulder stand pike. Lift your hips. Support the low spine. I'm not going to go crazy because I don't want to moosh my mic into my throat. And legs can also come above the head for your plow position. I like to bend my knees and place them around my head. But one thing that's really fun to explore if you're feeling like a little adventurous human today, bring one leg bent, support the spine, and take the other leg up. So it's like a half and half. It's a major opener for this right side hip flexor. And of course, do the other side. And then from this pike position, nice and slow, Pilates roll down. One back bone at a time. Meet me in your hollow body. Lengthen to the front. Arms up above your head. Hold it. 8, 7, squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let it hit the ground on 1. And settle into this final shape, my darlings. I'm going to go to this last song on the playlist. I want you to imagine a glowing light underneath your body. And with every breath, you're pulling that light up and out of the earth into your physical form. Imagine that light expanding through your anatomy, all the way through your extremities, and then radiating outwards, like you're building this protective bubble around you. Every single time we step onto our mat, we step into this practice, we create more self-awareness, more self-love. And as a consequence, it extends out into the world around us, into our relationships, our friendships. So take this moment to be grateful for yourself, for stepping into this space and making the world a better place. Thank you, everyone, for joining me this morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. I hope to see you again soon. Yes. And take your time getting up. There's really no rush. No rush, no fuss. I'm grateful for you, Stephanie. Thank you. Yes, Emma. I saw your adventures and they looked so wonderful. I was like, that's my Emma Jackson in nature. Isn't it nice when you're worried and then you're like, oh, I'm fine? Yes. Oh, it's so therapeutic to be in nature. So, let's see, I'm teaching a few more classes for, private clients and my corporate clients, but tomorrow, Kamar and I are co-teaching a sculpt tomorrow night. And I'm going to post the link in Patreon this evening. But it's all themed around my wonderful future husband's hometown, Houston, Texas. So it's going to be a big mishmash of things, and it's going to be a really fun class. Lots of strength. Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, I used to teach sculpt all the time. What is sculpt again? So we're essentially doing a little calisthenics warm up in the beginning. And then we're going to go into your traditional sculpt, which is like a bit of a flow, and then work with weights, and then mobility and stretching at the end. So it's probably going to go a little bit over an hour. But I hope to see you there if y'all want to come. Lost Coast. What's Lost Coast? It sounds like a festival. Emma. Y'all crack me up with you posting these stories. Your stank ass mood. Yeah, going to Utah is so gorgeous. You were in Zion, right, Emma? I feel very lucky. I've been able to go to Zion a couple times. Yeah, so good. I almost had this opportunity to live in Salt Lake City, and I almost thought about it because I was like, oh my God, Utah is so beautiful, but Salt Lake City is not my favorite city. I'm like, I'll just visit. All right, darlings. Well, my ass is going to go do some final things because I have my first guest coming tonight, getting ready for this wedding. My beautiful friend Meryl is coming. Yeah. Salt Lake City is a crazy place. I mean, I respect all systems of belief, but Mormons are very interesting people. I was like, oh wow, this whole city's built around this thing. Wow, okay. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna get my shit together, y'all. I'm gonna go get my hair cut in an hour. And I'll post up links for Sculpt tomorrow. And the next time I see you, I'll be a married ass woman. Okay. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Drink water. And I'll see you next time. Thanks, Beatrice.